let's see here. All right. How long have you been the deceased stepmother?
6 years. 6 years.
Uh-huh. And what happened to her father, your husband?
He's dead.
Dead. I see. Uh-huh. And how did you two meet?
You see, I'm quite the discotheque queen. I was dancing at a rave in London, and I spotted him across the floor. He was doing the mouse potato, and I just
Oh, describe your relationship with the deceased, please.
Who?
The deceased.
Oh, yes, her. Well, she cleans up well around the house. And my own daughters and I don't have much time for her. We're too busy out shopping the day away. So we can't be bothered with her.
I see. And where were you during the ball?
Well, we arrived early because I wanted my girls to be the first ones the prince laid eyes upon, and no one greeted us at the door. So we let ourselves in, and the dessert spread caught the eyes of Portia and Joy, so they darted off. And then I headed towards the ballroom when the herald came rushing up the stairs, and I could smell the story on his breath. He pinned me against the wall, and well, you once we were in the throne room, and I heard the king and Woody and found a dead girl in the woods.
I think I've heard enough. Thank you. You're dismissed. Please. The king and the queen, please. King and the queen, someone please send in the king and the queen. You're next. Please have a seat. Your Majesty, please state your name for the record.
His Royal Majesty, King Maximilian, Godfrey Ladislas, Leopold Sidney, Frederick John.
Thank you. And you, Queen?
Her Royal Majesty, Queen Constantina, Charlotte, Gertrude, Guinevere Maisie, Margaret Ann.
Thank you. Do you know the deceased?
No. Can't say I have.
And what were you two doing walking through the woods so close to the start of the ball?
Well, my wife wanted to get some fresh air.
Oh, that poor girl. I can't believe this happened. Oh, what's our son gonna do? He was supposed to marry her.
Breathe. I'm sure Christopher will still find the bride.
And how trustworthy is your herald?
Well, he's the best employee we've ever had.
I see. I see.
My family and his have been friends for many years.
Do you recognize this?
Why, that's Christopher's cufflink, but I was in that bag.
I see. I would like to speak with Christopher. Could you find your son for me?
Do you know who I am? I'm King Maximilian, Godfrey Ladislas.
Yes, I know who you are. Go find your son, please.
Chris! Chris! Chris!
Speak to you again soon. All right, let's see here. Who's next on the list? The herald. Please come in. Have a seat. State your name for the record, sir.
Name is Steve. Steve Owen.
Steve Owen. You're not from around here, are you?
Nope, from Australia.
Australia. Notorious for being the continent with the most criminals on it. Very interesting. Do you know the deceased? Or her family?
No, not really.
No, not really. You weren't making out with the stepmother in the throne room?
Well, yeah. All right, you caught me, I was walking down the hall by the throne room, and she grabbed me like a banshee, and she started ripping all my clothes off, and I couldn't do nothing about it. And I swear it was her.
I think I have heard enough. Thank you. Has anyone seen the prince? Has anyone seen the prince? Anyone? Have you seen the prince? No? All right, moving on. Fairy godmother, please come in. Please state your name for the record.
I am fairy godmother 258.
Okay. And how long have you been the deceased fairy godmother?
Oh, I'm just so confused. How could a thing happen like this? I I mean, I've never had this happen to me before. I've always shown up right before Cinderella needed me. Before anything goes wrong, I really don't know what happened, but I know that I always get there before it's time to go to the ball, and I know she wasn't wanting to go to the ball, but I really was there because I sensed poison on Joy's sandwich, and I had to get there because, you know, Cinderella's not allowed to eat anything at the table. She has to eat the crumbs after everyone is finished. Oh my, I just don't believe she is gone. She is my favorite godchild. So loving, so wonderful.
I see. And how many godchildren do you have?
I have 8. Oh, well, now I only have 7. But in all my years as a fairy godmother, I'd say I've had 482,962. I must keep track.
Okay, and what sort of fairy dust do you use?
Oh, the standard fairy dust. They give it to all of us.
And do you have any, and what's the brand name of that?
I have it. It's called Down Home Debbie's Fairy Dust.
All right, I will take that, please. All right, and where did you go after you left Cinderella?
Oh, I went to the fairy godmother's lounge. It's karaoke night, and everyone expects me to be there. I was singing Baby Got Back. You know I got big. Oh, I'm sorry. The news came over, the fairy godmother scammed her. I flew right away, and how could this happen? I don't understand how the FGBI is going to be on my 6.
The FGBI?
You know, the Fairy Godmother's Bureau of Investigations.
Oh, right.
They're all going to be over me on this dead girl business.
Thank you very much, Fairy Godmother. You're excused for now.
Thank you. Toodles.
Stepsisters, please. Miss Portia and Joy. Please, ladies, please, have a seat. Sit down. Thank you. And where were you two this evening?
Well, you see, Mother wanted us to come early so we'd have a better chance with the prince. But when we arrived, no one was there. And then I saw the dessert table set up, and it just called my name.
It called your name? It called my name too. There was this chocolate fountain with all sorts of things you can stick in it.
Absolutely delectable.
It was. Ever so more satisfying than those sandwiches we had before we left.
Oh, yes.
Then why did you eat all of yours?
You can't let food go to waste!
You let it all go to your waste?
How dare you! That's so
Ladies, please, sit down, sit down, sit down. I found this bloody brush on the sink.
That's mine! How could she? She knows how much I love this brush, and now so covered in blood, I could just kill her!
Thank you. It does have your initials on it. And, where's that prince at? Has anyone seen that prince? No? Huh. Well, guess we're gonna have to move on. Thank you, ladies. Ladies.